It's sad today to know that Nigeria, with over 170 million people, over 900,000 square kilometers, with diversified cultural, heritage, we have only 2 heritages listed on the World Heritage list. While Italy, with a more popular population, has over 50 of the sites listed in the World Cultural list. And the difference is that while Italy and France cannot boast of the kind of natural resources we're endowed with, yet their economy thrives as a result of tourism and the creative industry. France last year received 120 million tourists. All of Africa will receive only 50 million. And this shows why we must pay attention and sensitize our people about our culture, because we have a lot to tell the world. And sensitization is the beginning of it. We promise you that we'll learn from the hitches of this year, and by the grace of God, we are going to give you a bigger and better Abuja Carnival next year. I thank you very much for listening.
From Abu Dhabi with love, can we put our hands together for the Honorable Minister, please? Thank you very much. And so apart from the
Of course,
President
the command performance, which is a special feature of this carnival, is only a night that is set aside for performances by national troops from the participating countries alongside selected Nigerian troops. It is exclusive to VIPs, special guests, the diplomatic communities and sponsors, and it showcases the best of Nigeria dance troops. And this is always at a venue that can only be accessed through invitation cards, just like here at the Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Sit back.
It's known as Sharo Dance. Your Excellencies, welcome, Gombe State.
Since the beginning of the 2016 edition of the Abuja Carnival, quite a lot of activities have indeed taken place, beginning from the street carnival, which residents of the Federal Capital Territory witnessed all the way from Area 1 roundabout straight to Eagle Square. And now the first act.
Thank you very much. All the way from Gombe State with love, we thank you very much. I'd like to welcome tonight His Royal Highness.
Of course, it's been a beautiful performance by the Gombe State cultural troupe here at the Banquet Hall Presidential Villa, Abuja tonight. And you, of course, you see it's just a tip of the iceberg, considering what has been lined up for your delight. These are command performance in the ongoing 2016 Abuja Carnival. A good number of performances will also come up here for your entertainment, and I like to say that the guests are indeed thrilled by the first act on stage, and then sitting back to savor the rest of tonight's event.
And with him are two of the very experienced Nollywood stars. Paul Obazele, well done for your good work. I welcome you tonight, and thank you. And Zach Hodges' Three Wise Men new movie that is trending now shows him in a different light. I'd like to welcome you tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Your Excellencies, Gombe has told us that with hard work, we can win love. Also, with hard work, we can grow the economy. And that's what Abia State is saying. Abia says the theme tallies what they believe in, that if we look into agriculture, we have the Akwete cloth weaving industry in Abia, the blacksmithing industry, arts and crafts. When these are harnessed, not just Abia State economy, national economy will grow. Please welcome on stage, Abia State.
Abia State cultural troupe next on stage, of course, with their own unique message here tonight. It stands to be seen what it will all come all to at the end of the day. And don't forget that all these performances are part of the activities the judges of this carnival are looking out for, so that at the end of the day they will be able to properly place each and every participating team on the score sheet. And that's how they get the first, second, and third positions in different categories of this Abuja Carnival. It happens like that each time they converge on Abuja for this show, and so this wouldn't be an exception. But then we are still expecting fantastic performances here tonight, and we also like to urge you to continue watching it live on the NTA.
There's been a medley of different kinds of dances depicting the focus of Abuja Carnival 2016. Can we put our hands together one more time for the contingent from Abia State? Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the next group were winners at the Anti-Gravity Heroes Competition 2016, known as the K-pop dance competition from Korea. Their performance is actually originally called Dope, conceptualized by the BTS dance group from Korea. Tonight, these hard-working, energetic dancers will show you that if young people have talent, they can take it very far. Please welcome here. They are K-pop dancers. They're actually known as the hip-hop dancers.
내 피땀눈물 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가 피땀눈물 내 차가운 숨을 다 가져가 내 피땀눈물 걸 잘 알고 있어 이건 나를 벌받게 할 줄 Bitches and cream, sweeter than sweet Chocolate cheeks and chocolate wings But 너의 날개는 악마의 걸 너의 그 sweet 앞엔 비벼비겨 Kiss me 아파도 돼 어서 날 조여줘 더 이상 아플 수도 없게 Baby 뒤에도 돼 이제 널 들이켜 No whiskey 내 피땀 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가 내 피땀 눈물 내 차가운 숨을 다 가져가 원내 money 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 원내 money 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 원내 money money 불타오르네
어서 와. 방탄은 처음이지?
Hey, you ladies and gentlemen, 준비가 됐다면 부를게. Yeah. 다 녀석들과는 다르게 내 스타일로 내 스타일로. 밤새 일했지 every day. 네가 클럽에서 놀래. 잘 몰랐지 말고 들었네. 실제로 저런 청춘을 서로 가도 덕분에 모두 가도 알리는 성공가도 손에 들었던 크게 소리 질러 밤새 지자국들 네가 클럽에서 놀게 작은 숲들과 다르게 I don't wanna say yes, I don't wanna say yes 소리쳐봐 alright 타버리도록 all night fire gotta make it gotta make it 가보는 가보해 나만의 나무해 모두 다 따라해 가보는 가보해 전부 나의 노예 모두 다 따라해 삼포 세대 5포 세대 그럼 난 6포가 좋으니까 6포 세대 언론과 어른들의 의지가 없다면 우리 쌍초식처럼 배려해 해보기도 전에 죽여 enemy 벌써부터 고개 숙여 받아 energy 절대만 포기긴 너희 나더니 너와 내 새벽은 나보다 예뻐 Can I get a little bit of hope? 삼대 청춘이 get walk go 밤새 일은 지자국게 네가 클럽에서 놀게 작은 숲들과 다르게 I don't wanna say yes, I don't wanna say yes 소리쳐봐 alright 몸이 타버리도록 all night fire gotta make it gotta make it 가보는 가보해 나만의 나무해 모두 다 따라해 가보는 가보해 전부 나의 노예 모두 다 따라해 이런 게 방탄 스타일 거짓말 렉들과는 달라 매일이 hustle life I gotta make it fun baby 이런 게 방탄 스타일 거짓말 렉들과는 달라 매일이 hustle life I gotta win 난 좀 따라 Say
Hello and welcome. I am Cyril Stover. We're taking a short break of the command performance, which you have been watching, to bring you a few of the top stories tonight, after which we'll return to that command performance. And these are the news highlights at this time. President Muhammadu Buhari has left Abuja for Dakar, Senegal, on a two-day official visit. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports that the president was sent off at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport by the Minister of the FCT, Mohammed Musa Bello, and other senior government officials. President Buhari is expected to join other African leaders at the Third International Forum on Peace and Security, scheduled for Tuesday. The forum, convened by President Macky Sall of Senegal in collaboration with the African Union, will discuss security-related challenges on the continent. President Buhari, who has identified improved security in Nigeria as a priority, shares his vision of the forum in finding solutions to terrorism, violent extremism, piracy, drugs and human trafficking. The theme of the forum is Africa and its secularity challenges, perspectives for effective solution. The president is being accompanied by the governors of Gombe State, Ibrahim Gaidam, and that of Edo, Godwin Obaseki. And before he left for Senegal, President Buhari made a case for African leaders to unite and show more commitment towards ensuring that peace and stability reign supreme across the continent for sustainable growth and development. The president stated this at a joint media briefing after bilateral discussions with his Liberian counterpart, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia arrived in the forecourt of the presidential villa for talks with President Muhammadu Buhari. This is the second time the Liberian leader is paying an official visit to Nigeria under the Buhari presidency and was accorded a befitting diplomatic welcome. The two leaders thereafter exchanged pleasantries with their respective government delegations before retreating for high-level talks on issues of common interest between Nigeria and Liberia, as well as the West African sub-region. Briefing journalists after their discussions, which lasted about 1 hour, President Buhari commended the Liberian leader for stabilizing her country with Nigeria's significant contributions over the years, especially during the most trying moment in Liberia's history. He was also elated with the way and manner President Sirleaf is taking her responsibility as ECOWAS chairperson, particularly in areas of peace and security.
The situation in our sub-region is relatively stable, but there is need for us to continue pay more attention to security and development. I believe we may even go outside this region to AU, so that before the AU meeting, we'll try and persuade the leadership of those countries in our sub-region that needs to show more patience and accommodation in the politics of their countries.
President Sirleaf of Liberia said she is in the State House to brief President Buhari on the outcome of her interaction with leaders of the ECOWAS entities, the Parliament, the Court, and Commission ahead of the forthcoming ECOWAS Heads of State and Government meeting later this month.
To also exchange with him some of the developments in our sub-region, political developments, economic developments, to get some of his wise counsel on how we can ensure that in monitoring the situation, that all the work of our country, all that we are doing for the integration of our economies, all that we are doing to maintain peace and stability in all of our countries, that I can also accept his wise counsel as to how we all go about working together as a unified region toward the achievement of our goals.
The summit of the ECOWAS Authority comes up in Abuja on the 17th of December this year. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Countries in Africa, especially Nigeria, have been on their toes trying to ensure sustainable food production and reduce dependence on food imports. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has explained the country's efforts at improving the agro-allied industries at an international conference. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
Nigeria, as the Vice President explains, is in a hurry to get the economy back on track, and it is determined to do that through agriculture. The country says has a comparative advantage in agriculture with vast amount of arable land and good agroecological environment.
And as a government, we are continuing policies to increase food production. The increased food output will help government to address food security and to provide decent quality meals for kids in school through our homegrown school feeding program.
The government also, through its Anchor Borrowers program, has launched a massive effort to expand rice production to reduce Nigeria's dependence on rice import, which put high pressure on foreign exchange.
We have decided as part of our strategic implementation plan for this year to prioritize the processing of tomato paste so as to become self-sufficient in that particular product. The choice of tomato paste was predicated on our ability to produce tomatoes in large quantities several times a year. It also serves as an opportunity to generate a large number of agricultural jobs, but also as a means of adding value along the agro-allied chain.
Government, explains, is working on incentives to support the private sector in agro-industrial development. African Development Bank's President Akinwumi Adesina says it is time for Africa to feed itself.
There is need for well-directed public policies to incentivize the agricultural sector, especially agribusiness and food manufacturing companies. And when this happens, Africa will have turned the corner and taken its rightful place as a global powerhouse in food and agriculture.
He said the bank in its Feed Africa strategy would invest $24 billion into this sector over the next 10 years. In Abuja, Jide Onifade, NT News.
And those were a few of the top stories at this hour. The command performance, part of the ongoing Abuja Carnival, is still on, and at this point we'll go back to our outside broadcast unit to bring you the command performance.
Very colorful indeed. Very colorful. Where will our music be? Our culture. The beauty of our cultural heritage.
It's been the combination of drama, music and dance by the Delta State Cultural Troupe, signifying peace in our communities, peace in our regions, and peace in the entire nation. And of course, you can't easily forget the beautiful attires adorned by the drummers themselves as well as the dancers. It all made sense to all of us here, and we do hope that performance will fetch the troupe good marks on the judges' sheets. We continue with these performances here tonight, hoping you are actually catching fun.
That's indeed a silver lining. Please welcome Plateau State. Very, very powerful. Thank you very much. All the way from Plateau State, we'll just join the DJ for some light music so that we can allow us to take our food tonight. We still have performances lined up from the NYSC Theatre Group, Ogun State, and Katsina, and then we shall be wrapping up the command performance. I'd like to respectfully ask the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture to please rise on your table. With everybody on your table, this way, sir. Yes. Thank you very much. We have 4 points.
What a storytelling performance by the Plateau State Cultural Troupe, which actually had rich vocals by the male singers, and then, of course, the earlier dancers, with the women forming the bulk of it. And then you also saw the main folks themselves equally taking turns in some energetic dance steps. And then at the end of the day, they did a performance that quickly reminds you of what the Ogun State Cultural Troupe are known for. That's what we mean when we say there is a rich cultural heritage around the regions of the country, some of which you are beginning to watch here tonight and actually enjoying. Remember, it is the command performance segment in the ongoing 2016 Abuja Carnival, which is taking place here tonight at the Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja.
Move from football to marketing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And so, DJ, you just give us some soft music. Let people eat their food. In about 10 minutes, when they're back on their seats, we'll resume our performances.
And that's a human race, okay? Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, one Lord, one Lord, one Lord, yeah. Just the other day I saw on CNN brutal killing of each other by two friends. I do not comprehend. So I said to myself, maybe the world is coming to an end. Cause is this love, is this hate, is it war, is it fate, yo? I could not relate, yo. But there is one thing I can relate with, and that is the fact that all we need is one love. From the beginning of creation, there's been a lot of tribulation.
The 2016 Abuja Carnival has indeed showcased some interesting activities along the line since it started on Saturday. I would like to remind you that, of course, on Sunday, which actually was yesterday, those who were able to make it to the Eagle Square were able to witness the formation of Durbar contingent, as well as the performances by some states there. And equally on Sunday, there was the Children's Fiesta at Arts and Crafts Village, which involved the presentation by children from participating states and, of course, by some invited schools. Sunday wasn't done yet until, of course, those at the old parade ground, Area 10, were treated to some cultural performances by the 12 selected states. These are some of the events that have been going on in the 2016 edition of this Abuja Carnival. And then Monday, which is today, earlier in the day, there was a formation of participating states, which, of course, also showcased the display of the masquerade from the various states, including the Federal Capital Territory. In the afternoon, the boat regatta was held at the Jabi Dam with lots of observers and other people actually enjoying themselves because it's something they hardly get to see every now and then, particularly in this part of the country. So it was quite colorful and memorable for so many people who witnessed that earlier on today. Of course, it was held by the participating states to the admiration of all and sundry who were there. And so for the command performance here tonight, it is still not over yet as the guests are being treated to dinner. And when we return, 3 more performances, notably by the NYSC group, will feature and entertain the audience while the command performance continues. But for now, we shall bring you some messages, and we ask you to please stay tuned to the Nigerian Television Authority.
Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
That's why I love you so much. Especially my new dancing step. Oh my God, you're a joy. Give me your wristwatch. Give me your wristwatch now. No. Give me the house this morning. I get up. Come get up from there. Come and stand up and get up from there. When you buy the iPhone for me, I won't share. You won't buy it. You won't buy it for yourself. Come and get it. To ask for common prices. I was convinced from this same oil. Nonsense. 7:45 already. I'm already late. What am I seeing? Am I daydreaming? No. This is not possible. This is not possible. Hey, Leo! Child! Who must have done this? This is preposterous. Highly lugubrious. Where is this woman? Obidi! see me. Will you drop me those stupid children of yours?
They will keep you up! David! David! Man of time! At the count of one, you should just come here.
What's the about the money? How do you put money?
Are you early now?
Early as well. Now, can somebody tell me what happened to this oil?
Oil?
Yes!
Daddy, I have something to say.
You have something to say. Now start talking.
I know who did this.
Who?
Miss Dorothy.
Dorothy!
No, you told me off.
When she was asking for a hotel, this children should come and see oil. You see me the house for common prices to come and see oil. I know whenever you open your mouth to say nonsense.
It's okay, it's okay. Since nobody's agreeing to have been responsible for this, there is no problem. But it's a very serious problem. You see, we all will disagree to agree on this.
Exactly.
If I'm not mistaken. Yes. I'm 56 years old.
56?
Yes.
Dad, you're getting old though.
You can say that again. When I was a child, I was exposed to agriculture. Here we have the likes of the Gombe Pyramid, the cocoa, and the gold. We even export this for this products. I will just self-sufficient. But out of curiosity, I ventured into oil production. And for over 41 years, I have been producing this oil. With this oil, I beg you. With this same oil, I clothe you. I was even thinking of sponsoring your marriage from this same oil money. But what has happened this morning? Realize our fate. What about tomorrow the oil finishes?
God forbid.
Oh, God forbid indeed you will say. You see, this is the more reason why we must diversify into the creative industry. Because it is the people who are going to grow. I remember baby, best time 77. Aha! Works home and abroad. What about Kelechi Amai, this cinematographer, doing great works in motion and still photograph? Just recently, our very own actor and comedian made 80 million in 4 years from a movie. Yes, because he needs a keyboard for economic growth.
Thank you very much. He's been doing this since when he was a core member 3 years ago. And again, all of this will tell you that beyond oil, there is life. And I'm sure Paul Obazele will tell us how much he already made in the cinemas. Where he was talking about AY's a trip to Jamaica, grossing 80 million in 1 week. Our performance will shift now to drums. Earlier this year, Ogun State hosted the very first drums festival, building the tallest drums on our continent, 16 feet tall. And they've said tonight they will be using the drums and dance to tell us that over-dependence on oil could be dangerous in contemporary economic activity. Tonight, all the way from Ogun State that has annualized the Drums Festival, they're inviting the whole world to Ogun State in April 2017. They are saying with drums, with dance, with creativity, our economy can grow. Please welcome on stage, Ogun State.
agbòmìnira tán nǹkan rajé wa ń lọ sókè ṣùgbọ́n àfàìmọ̀kànmọ̀kàn àwa dorí ọ̀rọ̀ ajé wa dorí kodò bí ọ̀rọ̀ àgbàgbé ẹ máa bá mi ká lọ ẹ mọ̀ pa àlọ́gbọ́n lórí láti gbọ́rọ̀ ajé wa gan.
And it all started, indeed, a good beginning. Joyously, she gave birth happily to them all. What we ate, drank, wore, and even a means of livelihood were within our fingertips. Let me not bore you with rhetorics. See it in full for yourself. Somebody nagaji zenje wuta. Oh, you mean you can see it? Okay, wait, I'll show you what I mean by light at the end of the tunnel.